All right. So, as we always say, there's no time like the present to begin. So, wherever you are, I invite you to meet yourself where you are simply by noticing what you're showing up with. So you begin to turn yourself, your gaze inwards, whether you'd like to keep your eyes open or if you'd like to allow the eyelids to shut. As we begin to explore perhaps the sensations of the body, perhaps sensations of our emotional body, the sense of feelings, or the sense of the thinking mind, planning, anticipating, imagining. And as we begin to greet ourselves, perhaps for the first time today, I invite you to envision yourself extending and opening your arms, broadening and softening your chest, receptive and open to whatever is here now, as though you could give yourself a nice, big, warm hug. Tonight, we're going to continue on our journey, our exploration of contentment and gratitude. With that being said, it's not to say that bad things don't happen, that we don't experience pain. But if we think of things as though it's the yin and yang symbol, the dark has a spot of light and the light has a spot of dark. So I kind of like to keep that in mind, that even in our darkest hours, there's always a bit of light. And even in the brightest and lightest of times, there's always a bit of shadow. Nothing is good or bad. And through our practice, we open ourselves up to whatever is here now. So for our first practice tonight, I'd like you to begin by noticing the sensation of your body connecting to the surface that you're on. Perhaps feet and backs of thighs, hips and sit bones, drawing down towards the earth. Noticing the frame of back body, extending in the space behind us. Even though we often look ahead, perhaps you can tap in and experience what is behind you. Wrapping around to front body, perhaps to belly or chest, to the gentle rise and fall of each breath. As we cultivate this awareness, we so too begin to become curious about each sensation as though they have never happened before. And after a time, you're likely to notice perhaps the attention is drawn away into another background experience of thinking or feeling. And when this happens, which is normal and natural, I invite you to once again envision yourself opening your arms to receive and accept whatever is here now. And as you're ready, you might guide your attention back to your breath. Allowing your awareness to plunge as very deep into the breath until you reach the bottom where you filled your body to its maximum capacity. And as you exhale, I invite you to ride the wave, noticing when you've given all of the breath that you've had inside of you, creating space to once more receive the next inhale and to submerge your awareness once more. Like a humpback whale diving deeply down to the bottom of the ocean where light no longer reaches. And once it's reached the bottom of its journey, it turns upwards, where light once more is visible to the very surface of the water where it can breathe again. And as this short mindfulness practice nears its completion, I invite you to rest your attention on your breath for 3 more cycles with that same curiosity and awareness. If you're comfortable where you are, I invite you to stay where you are. Or if you'd like to explore lying down or finding another posture for your body as we transition into our body scan, then I invite you to do so now. Allow your body to soften. Soften forehead and jaw. To allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Or chest to soften. As we notice the effortless ease at which our breath flows in and out. Throughout our practice, our breath is our anchor, our forever friend that we can come back to over and over again. If at any time our minds might be drawn into the thinking mind or feeling, let us practice what it's like to open our arms, to stay with ourselves for a time. And then as we're ready, we can guide our attention back to our breath or whatever body part we happen to be on. Slowly, we're going to begin drawing our awareness to our bodies. And with this awareness, we'll fill our bodies up. We'll light each body part up. Small light particles dancing brightly, shining and radiating from the inside out. As you're ready, I invite you to guide your attention to your right foot. Lighting up the right foot from the inside out. Imagining as though we're almost pouring water into an empty glass. Let us pour our awareness into right ankle. Feeling right calf. Inside, radiating out with light. Feeling right knee. Lighting up right thigh. all the way into right hip. So our whole right leg from toe to hip is filled with our awareness. As we shift our awareness to left foot, lighting up left foot. As we pour our awareness into left ankle, filling left calf, perhaps noticing a buzzing, tingling sensation. Also melting away any weightedness, any aches or pains. Filling left knee, left thigh. All the way into left hip. So both left and right legs are filled, lit up. As we feel pelvis and lower back. Lighting up belly with our awareness. All of our visceral organs. As our awareness flows up to base of ribs and begins to pool and light up our chest from inside out. You might imagine your heart space like the most radiant sun, warm and glowing, radiating as chest softens, filled with light. As your attention rises to shoulders, twinkling like a midnight starry sky, melting into the infinite universe. As we begin to pool our awareness and light up right fingertips and thumb. Palms and tops of hands. Rising to right wrist. As we pour our awareness into right forearm. Right elbow. Moving our awareness and lighting up the upper arm all the way into the shoulder. As we shift our awareness to left fingertips and thumb. Feeling palms, tops of hands. Left wrist. Pulling into left forearm, left elbow, filling our awareness and lighting up the upper arm all the way into the shoulder. As we light up our throat, our windpipe, our voice box, and back of neck, lighting up the muscles and bones leading into the base of the skull. As we pull our awareness into jaw, pouring our awareness into our skull. Vibrant light particles dancing and radiating from the inside out. You might notice this energy melting away any tension around your temples, along your hairline, the soft crinkles next to the eyes, melting away any tension in the eyes, eye sockets. Noticing what it's like for our body to be filled with our awareness. Envisioning your whole body as that bright, shining star. Radiating light. Perhaps noticing a sense of lightness, connectedness, or perhaps not, and that's okay too. As we near the end of this practice, if you're comfortable, I invite you to stay exactly where you are. If you'd like to make any changes to your posture, please honor your body. And slowly allow your attention to come back to your breath. The sensation of breath that best holds your awareness. Over the next few moments, I'll be sharing some phrases. And as I do, I invite you to repeat them silently to yourself, noticing what feels good and resonates, and noticing too if you notice any friction, and being equally curious and open to that. I am grateful for the air in my lungs. I am grateful for my heart that beats and keeps me alive. I am grateful for my senses that help me perceive the world. I am grateful for my comfortable bed. I am grateful for my clothes that protect and keep me warm. I am grateful for the sun that shines and the rain that falls. I am grateful for clean water to drink. And for the food in my fridge that nourishes me. I am grateful for my friends, including those of the furry variety, and for my family, chosen or otherwise, that care for me and who I care for. I invite you to call to mind something else that you're personally grateful for. Something big or small. The real gift of gratitude is the more grateful you are, the more present you become. Slowly, as you're ready, I invite you to open your awareness to the sounds of the room that you're in. Perhaps you might notice the sensation of air on your skin or a taste in your mouth. And slowly, we might explore what it's like to blink open the eyes as we perceive the visual world around us. Perhaps inviting any gentle movement in ankles or wrists. And as we've come to the end of our time together for today, as always, I'm so grateful to be your guide, to hold space for practice and for community. And if you can stay, I invite you to unmute your microphone. And otherwise, thank you so much for joining, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.